Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It was 17 degrees here this morning when I got up. It was cold. Everybody is fine. Everybody's had high sugar or carb kind of snacks this morning, plus their foods, plus their waters. Um, Made a slurry for the chickens. They're doing great. Solomon got an extra treat this morning. So everybody's doing great except for me. I am absolutely froze. So I'm sitting here in the warmest room of my house because my toes are like little ice cubes. So I'm sitting here and getting warm, and I thought, well, let's talk. Okay, on my last video, I was talking about the economic situation, and I want to kind of talk about one thing that I did not mention, and that was the tariffs um, that Donald Trump put forth his last administration that absolutely annihilated the farmers, and they had to turn around and bail the farmers out from what they had done to them with the tariffs. So I wanted to bring that up because I had forgotten to mention that when I watched the video back. And the reason I watched the video back was because I had a comment, and it was a comment, though, about Hunter Biden's pardon from his father, the president. I have no problems with that. Let me tell you something. I know the people who buy guns around here, they're drug addicts. They could be drug sellers or dealers or however you want to say that. They're abusive. They are alcoholics. I don't know if I mentioned that. Drugs, alcohol. And I can guarantee you that every single one of them, when they went to buy their guns, did not mark that they were a drug addict or an alcoholic or an abuser. Now let's go to even more simpler things. Mental diagnoses, such as even depression, anxiety, um, you know, mood disorder, those kind of things. People aren't putting those on their applications either. So let's just get clear of how ignorant it is for that to be an offense to be jailed under or imprisoned, because that is one of those crazy things that gets kicked out of court. You pay a fine, you do some community service, that kind of thing. I mean, really? And tax evasion. Let's get to tax evasion because I can guarantee you that Trump is a tax evader. He also used burying his children's mother on his golf course as a tax relief on his property. She is in a weed patch, no mausoleum, no marker, just a weed patch in the back of the golf course. So when that was brought up to me, I tried to explain it in the comments, but I decided to go ahead and bring out the whiteboard. So I sat down because I knew that Donald Trump had made a lot of pardons, and altogether there was 143. And I've got a few on here. There was Clint Lawrence, USA Army officer, convicted of war crimes in Afghanistan. He pardoned him. Joe Arpaio, Arizona sheriff, convicted of contempt of court for targeting immigrants. Trump pardoned him as well. Now, we're going to talk, and if you're going to say that tax evasion and misrepresenting yourself on a gun registry form um, is an imprisonment act, I'm going to tell you that all of that, because of the Congress of Comer and Jim Johnson and Gates and all of those crappy people, MT Rex waving her little Dino arms, Boebert, someone who is a pretty good date at a family play. These are the people that tried to make something from the time Joe Biden stepped into office. Marjorie Taylor Greene, MT Rex, waving her little Dino arms, you know, they put forth an impeachment the day after he was inaugurated. And they tried to find everything that they could. And so that's why Hunter was brought into this. So it was basically to try to impeach Biden by going after his son and all of the crazy stuff that went on there. So when you go and register for your gun, make sure that you put down depression, anxiety, bipolar, or personality disorder, or those kind of things on your form, and see how far you get. I think that this is the most absurd thing for people to be upset about. It's upset. I would have pardoned him too, because it was because of me being president that these people went after him and dug up stuff that was just ridiculous. So always remember, you can't be good to some people and put people in prison for things that you normally don't do that. Okay. So he's pardoned, and I'm glad for it. Yeah, I would pardon my son too. Because how long has he been sober? And you brought up stuff from way back when. Okay. So I've got the whiteboard out, and I've got names. And we're going to go through these. These are some of just some of the 143 pardons that Trump did. You ready? There was Michael Flynn. You remember Michael Flynn? He pled guilty to lying to the FBI about contacts with Russian officials. Pled guilty. He admitted it. Roger Stone. He's the one that I would like to see stopped. But anyway, Roger Stone, convicted of lying to Congress about leaking to WikiLeaks emails of Hillary Clinton and all of that bull stuff. Now, something else about Roger Stone, I really don't like him. Like, I really don't like this man. There is a tape of him ordering a mafia type hit on Eric Swalwell, congressman, because Eric Swalwell knew what was going on when they were investigating Roger Stone for lying. Okay, let's keep going here because this is fun. I know you really can't see him. Paul Manafort. Do you know who he is? He was convicted of financial fraud and Russia meddling in the 2016 election. Oh, let's see here. Charles Kushner. That's a name you're going to hear now, because now he has been nominated to be our U.S. ambassador to France. But Trump pardoned him for convicted of tax evasion. Do you see the hypocrisy of your being upset? It's so stupid. He's putting in sexual assaulters, criminals. He's a criminal. He's a sexual assaulter, liable rapist, a fraudulent business deal, tax evader. But let's just keep going on the list, right? Steve Bannon. That's another one that I would like to see. Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, and a few others gotten rid of. But Steve Bannon was charged with fraud on the border wall fundraising. What they did was they had a fundraiser to get money to build the wall. Well, they didn't use it to build a wall. They used it to line their pockets. And so Steve Bannon was charged with that, and, he was pardoned by Trump. George Papadopoulos, convicted of lying to the FBI about contacts with Russia. We have Albert Pirro, convicted of conspiracy and tax evasion. And he wants to pardon the January Sixers, the political hostages that attacked our Capitol and our police force. He also wants to go after the officer that shot the girl who was breaking in through a window. I don't want to hear anything else about Hunter Biden and the minuscule things, because these people right here are twice as bad. I've never heard anything about Biden and Russia. No, it's Trump. His conspirators that he pardoned. Conspiracies with Russia in the 2016 election. And he pardoned them. So, yes, I would pardon my son for the minuscule things that he should not be in prison for. Absolutely. But you know what I would have done as Joe Biden, as the president? I would have arrested Trump myself. I would have had him arrested, carted off, and then everything else would have fit like Legos. But I'm not the president. I'm just a voter. I just live my life every day. And every time I get a comment and I see things that just aren't quite right, it's time to get the whiteboard out. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Stay warm. I'm drinking my lemon ginger tea, trying to get my toes to warm up so I can go do another round and check on everybody. Y'all have a great day. Bye.